Hey friend, Roger Christopherson here again with another first listener review. This is probably just going to be a little quick one here, but it was a band that I was kind of semi-familiar with. They've been around for a few years, around 2017 I think is when they first came out, but I haven't really followed them that closely, but I know what kind of style of music they were going to play, so when I saw this was coming out, well yeah, I'll pick that up. And it is Midnite City. And In at the Deep End is the name of the album. I can't remember what number this is, 3 I think, but I could be wrong. If anybody out there knows, please let me know. Just kind of looking it over and gave it a listen here a couple times through, and pretty much exactly what I expected it to be, but that's not a bad thing. It's like sometimes when you get an album and it's exactly what you thought it was going to be, that's good. And that's what it was in this case. It was just a fun, like an 80s-ish sounding, like sleaze metal, hair metal, whatever you want to call it. Even with the hair metal genre, there's different little, niches or whatever you want to call it. But this one kind of goes down the sleaze rock vein a little bit. But it was a fun album. I guess it was, if you're not familiar with who Rob Wild is, he was like involved with Tiger Tails and Vega, which are a couple of decent bands. I remember Tiger Tails like way back when I first heard them. Didn't care for it. I liked the music, but I remember the singing was just like, didn't like it at all. But so if you're like me and you like that music and you like better singing, this is probably a band that you'll enjoy. Vega's a killer band too, so he's associated with those two bands. But the style of music, like I said, it's like sleaze rock. It's like big power anthems. It's got a couple ballads on here, big hooks, lots of guitar solos. They kind of dress in it's almost like hair metal, but like the dress down version, like kind of like Guns N' Roses did when they first hit the scene, which doesn't mean anything musically, but you get the idea of what style of music this might be from that. It's hard to like compare them to any other band because there's a lot of bands that sound like this, and it's like Tiger Tails, I guess, would be a good one, that they sound similar to. I'm doing a terrible job of describing their music, but it's got that, even like I hear some Skid Row type stuff in here, but maybe a more polished version of Skid Row. Even Danger, that style of music. The only thing that I found a little bit distracting through all this was the vocals. They tend to have that, I don't know, like a little bit of a whininess to it. So, the singing, the melodies are catchy. His range is really good, but the end, a lot of the phrases with like that type whiny type thing, and he does that a lot a lot. So, if you can handle that, like the only negative thing I'll say, you're gonna enjoy this. They're like I said, the songs are catchy. The power ballads, which every band of this genre has to do a power ballad, and I'm not opposed to power ballads. I think some of my favorite songs from this whole genre are actually power ballads. Not as easy to write as some people may think, but also I think it's even more difficult to write a fast, upbeat, catchy song, which this album has. It's got some of the more upbeat, faster songs that actually really hold your attention, and they're fun to sing along to. Probably a couple of my highlights would have been, like, actually Hardest Heart to Break was a really good song. The intro song, Outbreak, and Girls Gone Wild, even though it's like this cliche, that's what this band is. I think they try to be that, so I don't find that like sometimes you're something that's really cliche and you're like, oh, come on, man, Love from Above or something like that, cliche, and you're just like, give me a break. But I think when it's intentional, like this is, and they know what they're trying to do, it doesn't bother me. So I guess if you're going with the right headspace, knowing what you're going to get, this is what you're going to get. So, like I said, it's quite enjoyable. You can get past if that type of vocal doesn't bother you, you probably will enjoy this. If it does bother you, that style of singing, you may not care for this one too much, but that's just kind of my opinion on the whole thing. If any of you guys out there have anything else you want to add, always feel free. And, like I said, I'm gonna make this a little quick one, but like, share, subscribe, share, blah blah blah. I can't even talk today. It's like the 10th attempt at making a couple of these because my brain is not functioning today. But plan on popping in some more music and going through some stuff today. Maybe that'll get me up and going. But anyway, till next time, talk to you later. See ya.